Everybody, this is Cassie, and I'm going to do something different. On my YouTube page, you'll notice that pretty much all I have is videos of me singing, but when I was in high school, I did a lot of acting, and it's something that I just adore doing. So I wanted to try and mix in some monologues with my videos, and this is my first attempt at it. At putting the monologues in, so I want to see how it goes over with everyone. So the monologue that I'm doing is from the play Inquest, and the character name is Elaine. And the monologue is about Elaine, whose son Timmy was drowned when she skidded off a highway into a river, and she goes over the details of the accident, trying to understand why everything is the way it is. So, hope you enjoy, and please do comment and give me your feedback. So here goes. I've been bad again. Bad mother, bad wife. My hand's not healing because I can't. I don't want to. I feel that oh God. Why am I doing this? I washed my face and combed my hair. I don't want to beg you for pity. They tell me it's a matter of concentration, positive thinking. Close your eyes, but keep looking at your hand. See it. See how delicately it's made. Notice the different shapes of each finger, specific to its own function. How clean and precise it is. Feel the life flowing into it, down your arm from your heart. Feel the warmth, the energy. Feel how it's growing strong, growing well. Now see your hand. Picking up a flower pot, a heavy clay flower pot full of red tulips. Moving up the stems, the leaves, caressing the bright red petals with great precision. But I can't. When I close my eyes, I see her. The dead woman. The woman who drowned with her children. I can't relax. I've got to push it back or cover it with something. Unless I push it back, that's what I see. Over and over, I can't slow it down so that every detail is clear. The horoscope in the paper that morning, it was a warning, but I forgot all about it until it happened. And then I could see it printed in front of me, so clear. And the chip pink polish on that woman's fingernails, the mother. The one who was wearing my pink scarf and saying my words. But I'm outside watching. Watching again and again. That's what Frank can't stand. He thinks that if we force ourselves to go on and never look back, if we wall it off with work or whiskey or whatever, sometime soon we'll be in a new place where this didn't happen. But then what happens to Timmy? Did he ever exist? Or is he in hell? Locked into this one tormenting piece of time and not being able to get past it to the love that's on the other side. What if it's like that for Timmy? The whole last week, I was a monster. A raging, hateful monster. And Timmy was bad right back at me. We scarcely said a civil word the whole week. Not a hug. So, suppose that wherever he is now, like me, he's locked into that. The last week or that last hour, oh, those last 3 minutes that go on forever of yelling and crashing and falling and choking and cold. That's hell. I've sent him to hell, but we're alone. We're both alone. That's the hell part. The sins of the parents visited on the sons, even unto the 4th generation. No. I don't believe it, not in the sense that but it's real to me. Hell is. It seems to make more sense than that Tim should just randomly be dead and me still alive. The day of the accident was the day after Jennifer's birthday. I bought them both raincoats, red raincoats, at an after-Christmas sale. But I haven't given them to them yet. I'd put them away until it got warm enough to wear them. I bought them a size too big for the children to grow into. It rained all that week, the week of the 12th. Rain mixed with snow, and the next week was the start of April vacation, with more rain predicted. Jennifer had been home with the flu, and the minute Tim came in, they'd start to fight. I couldn't stand it. They were driving me crazy. I had a cold too. It had settled in my sinus. I'd wake up with a headache like an ice pick between my eyes, and I kept taking aspirin and decongestants. In the afternoon, if it didn't go away, I'd start the hot toddies. I'd used up most of my sick days between my cold and Jen's, and I was due to take my vacation, but I knew it would be awful. The worst. Cooped up in a house with 2 cranky kids, nothing to do, nowhere to go, using up my only free time that I'd have until August? God, I can't believe that I was thinking that I looked at my kids as if they were my misery, felt sorry for myself, because I had them with me. Anyway, the birthday was a disaster. None of Jen's friends came over. We canceled that part, and she didn't feel well enough to enjoy her cake and ice cream. She blamed me. She said it wasn't the right kind, but it was. The same brand I had always made for her. Her favorite. But it didn't taste right, she said. How could it when she was sick? I wrapped the raincoat up as a present, and it went over okay. Not her idea of a great present, but she got the video she wanted, so she didn't complain. But the next day, when I gave Timmy his, that caused a hell of a fight. Jennifer said it hadn't been a real present because Timmy got one too and it wasn't his birthday. Then Timmy said it was a boy's raincoat, a fireman's raincoat, and girls shouldn't have them. And Jen said red was a girl's color and boys should have yellow or black. And I found some pictures and I had just about talked them into agreeing that red was okay for both of them when Frank came home and sided with Tim. He said I shouldn't get them matching things. The boy wasn't supposed to look like a little girl. And Jenny started to cry and her nose was running and I yelled at Frank to stop making things worse. He had no idea what kids wore these days anyways. Then I grabbed Tim's raincoat and dumped it in a box and I told the kids to get in the car. We'd go down to Jordan's right this minute and exchange it. Frank said, go out in this sick like you all are. And I said, do you want them? Do you want to babysit 2 howling, whining brats who haven't given me a moment's peace in weeks? I was so angry. So angry. The whole ride I was seething. I couldn't see, I couldn't think. I never stopped to realize. The rain was slapping against the side of the car so hard that it felt as if somebody was shaking it. Jennifer was still sniffling. And I think she was scared. But Timmy was excited. He was bouncing up and down, shouting, Jenny's a sissy, Jenny's a sissy. I wanted to slap him. I yelled, shut up! And I even took kind of a swipe backwards at him over the seat. All I got was the edge of his jacket, and he was laughing as we hit the curve and started to skid. There was a car coming, headlights straight at us, but on the other side was the river. I knew that even as I fought the wheel, the rail, and the water, but that seemed better than head on, even as we hit and crashed on through. I think the children were all right then. It was so quiet as we hung there. It couldn't have been more than a minute, but it seemed a long time. And I thought I could hear them both breathing. Little choking gasps. And then we slid on down. There's a part here I don't remember. I do remember looking at the water inside. It was already wet where I unbuckled our seatbelts, Jen's and mine. I didn't feel pain. I didn't notice my hand was injured, just that it was so clumsy. I couldn't do anything. It took so long. I kept saying things, soothing things. We'll get out. Mama will get us out and we'll be all right, honey. And somehow I got the handle down. And I got Jen out and shoved her up and toward where I knew was shore. But Timmy was in the back. I couldn't reach him without losing her. I promised him. I said I'd get him. I gave my word. I said I wouldn't live without him, my darling. He didn't answer. I didn't know if he could hear me or even if he was alive. But I promised and I went back. I meant to stay with him if I couldn't get him. But they pulled me out. They wouldn't listen and let me go. They kept saying they'd do it, but I knew. That's when I noticed I wasn't in my body. I watched them pull me out and I thought it was strange that there was no pain. Drowning's supposed to hurt. But there was only kind of a rush and pressure and coldness and flashing light. And then I was looking at this poor dead woman, this poor wet body, and had killed her children in a stupid accident and then died. It was a sad story, but it seemed to have the right end. My mother's dead. My father? I haven't heard from him in months. I suppose he doesn't know what to say to me. My husband wishes I'd died. And I don't blame him. Except sometimes when I think he wishes we were all dead. Jennifer, too. I see such hate sometimes. But he doesn't say it. He says he wants me to get well. They all do. And they say this hand, here, it's been punished enough. It did all it could. I should say to it, poor little hand, I forgive you. I'm gonna make you all well, poor little hand. I'm to see myself well, in a safe, free place. A landscape or my bedroom when I was a child on Merlin's Cape. Warm and bright. None of this gloom. None of this rain.